I can think of nothing better.
Don't you just love storms?
Especially when I'm inside. By a roaring fire and with a beautiful woman. Especially when that beautiful woman is my wife.
I hope you're not planning on going out anywhere today.
Not unless I absolutely have to. I have to see Ginny Blake later, but she's coming over here.
Oh, you have more questions for her?
A few. Mostly, I just want to keep the pressure on her.
What?
Till she cracks.
When do you think that will happen?
Could be any minute.
Better get the door.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Gosh, I'm here to see Commissioner Scorpion.
Please, come in.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming by, Miss Blake.
Yes,
Especially
well,
in this weather.
what's it about?
Well, your story has a few discrepancies, and I'd like to discuss them.
We've gone through one place.
But your story has a few holes in it.
Okay, such as?
Your employment, for one.
All right, what about it?
I know you're an actress.
Why do you say that?
Wasn't too hard to find out. You had a commercial on television just recently. I think it's pretty safe to assume that your latest role is that of an executive with ARB Finance. You must be quite good at it, otherwise you would never have been able to set up Rick the way you did.
I didn't set anybody up. He asked for it.
You denying that you're an actress?
I do.
Explain to me this commercial, then. I can get you a copy of the tape if your memory needs refreshing.
I used to be an actress. There wasn't enough money in it, so I took a job with Mr. Brock.
Well, your talents are put to much better use.
As a vice president, that's all.
Then let's talk about the fact that only half of the people at ARB Finance actually know what you are. The other half have never actually seen you at the office.
That's easy to explain.
I figured it would be.
I was hired as a vice president, but as such, I am constantly on the road visiting clients. I am paid by ARB, but I'm rarely in the office. If I were, I wouldn't be doing my job.
You have a record of all these people you supposedly met on the road?
Of course, they're on file at the office. You can ask Mr. Brock.
I intend to.
You realize, of course, that financial clients' names are kept confidential. But I think in this case, Commissioner, Mr. Brock might be willing to oblige you.
You better be.
Listen, if you don't have anything else to say.
The money you gave Rick was for Mike's education.
$25,000. I love my son very much. He is my son, but I couldn't go that far even if I'd wanted to. But if I did, I certainly wouldn't give him a company check. That's embezzlement, Commissioner.
I know.
Rick Weber asked for a bribe, pure and simple. I obliged him on behalf of my corporation. There is no way he could have thought it was personal.
You got it all down pat, haven't you?
What?
Your lines, you read them very well. You must be a good actress.
I wouldn't be here if I weren't.
Ain't that the truth? Lying on stage, Miss Blake, it's called acting. Lying in real life, it's another thing altogether. We call that perjury or fraud.
Spare me, please. The lectures, Commissioner. I am not lying. And if you are now through interrogating me...
I'm through for now. But let me tell you something, Miss Blake. I'm not impressed with your performance one little bit. I mean, I didn't believe one single word of your story.
That, Commissioner, is your problem.
Now, once I prove you're lying...
Yeah, Holly, I'm sorry to just barge in on you like this, but I've got to see Robert. I called down at the office, and they told me that he was going to be spending the day here at home.
He's in his communications room at the moment. He's receiving some information over the computer, but I'm sure he'll be right out. Do you want to have a seat?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much. It's cold out there.
Robert told me about your ski trip. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, that accident certainly put a damper on the vacation.
I can imagine. How did Celia take it all?
Hell of a lot better than I did. Actually, the whole incident's put a strain on our relationship. I just stormed out of the house before I came over here.
You and Celia had a fight?
No, not really a fight. I blew up at her again. I realized that I shouldn't have, but I did. It's just, I don't know why she puts up with my behavior.
Well, she'd rather be with you than without you.
That may change if I keep acting like this.
Maybe I should go over and visit her.
No, believe me, you don't want to go out in that weather.
No, I'd like to see her.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I know she'd appreciate it.
Grant?
Hello, Robert.
I was about to call you.
Yeah, I was hoping you might have some news for me.
I do.
I'll leave you two to your business. I'm going to go over and see Celia.
Listen, you be careful out there. The roads are slippery.
Yes, I know. But I won't be gone long.
Okay. Thanks, Holly.
Bye.
Robert, I apologize. I wouldn't have just popped in like this, but I really had to find out if you'd heard anything about Boris.
The information was just coming through on the computer when you showed up.
Is he DVX?
No. Boris Roscoff is as clean as they come.
You're certain of that?
Computers don't lie.
No, but they do make mistakes. You thought I was clean, too.
And this is different.
You're sure?
Boris has been here now for 23 years. Now, he had to sneak out of his country with his pregnant wife, your country. Their daughter was born here. And as a matter of fact, you may have even run into her.
Me? Where?
She works at General Hospital as a respiratory therapist.
No, I don't know her, but tell me more about Boris, please.
Well, there's no known association with the DVX. The man is absolutely clean.
I can't believe it. So I was completely wrong.
You were careful.
True. True. I mean, I never know which one of my ex-countrymen is going to prove to have been sent by my former employers, now do I?
That's the risk you take. I mean, you knew that when you refused the offer of a new identity that Jackson gave you.
I know. But I had to think about Celia, too.
I realize that. In your position, I may have done the same thing and be sitting here now regretting it.
Well, Robert, thank you very much for checking on Boris for me.
Anytime, mate.
I'm sorry to have wasted your time on a false alarm.
What's up with your hand?
Oh, I cut it at work. Look at this. Got cuts and calluses all over my hands. Hardly the hands of a surgeon anymore, are they?
Having second thoughts about Jackson's offer?
Maybe I should have taken him up on it. With a new identity, I could be practicing medicine in England or Canada. Here, I'm just Grant Andrews, another one of the common workers.
Glad you stopped by. I can use someone to talk to.
I gathered from what Grant said that the two of you were not having one of your better days.
Well, I was, except when I was spending it with him.
What happened?
Well, it started this morning. We got flowers and champagne from Grant Putnam.
Sort of a thanks for saving my life present.
Exactly. I thought it was a very, very thoughtful gesture, but my Grant, hit the ceiling.
Why?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. He doesn't want to have anything to do with Grant Putnam.
Oh, I suppose it's not that hard to understand. His namesake serves as a constant reminder to you, Grant, of a past that he loved to forget.
Anyway, he stormed out to take a calculus exam, which, it turns out, he flunked.
Oh, it really wasn't his day, was it?
No, it wasn't. But the most amazing thing happened after he left. I went over to Grant Putnam's to thank him in person. And he told me that he wants to make me and Grant sole heirs in his will.
Well, there's gratitude for you.
Yes. Well, it isn't really so strange when you consider that Grant did save his life.
Still, if I were you, I'd wonder what was going on.
Well, he wants to repay us. Is there something wrong with that?
I don't know. Doesn't the whole thing make you nervous at all?
Why should it?
Well, the last time Grant was named in someone's will, his benefactor died shortly afterwards.
Dr. Gerald. Oh, Polly, that was different. His death was connected with the DVX, and besides, Grant is a young man. He'll probably live for years and years. He'll get married, he'll have children, and he'll rewrite his will. And we'll get a little explanatory note, if even that.
If that's the case, why did he bother to draw up a first draft now?
It's something he needs to do. Seems like it's something very important to him. I really don't see how we can not accept.
And how does your Grant feel about it?
I haven't told him yet.
Celia?
I will.
Don't you think he might like to know about this soon?
Yes, I do. I just haven't found the right moment yet. He's been in such a foul mood lately. Holly, you won't mention anything to him or to anyone else?
No, of course I won't tell anybody, but I really think you should discuss this with him.
Oh, I intend to, when the time is right. But until I do, I don't think it would be very good if he found out from someone else.
No, it would be disastrous. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
Good.
Are you sure you know what you're doing now?
Quite sure. You know, I feel sorry for Grant Putnam. He's lost out on so much of his life.